Hello everyone, to day 4 of David's Tea's 24 Days of Tea 2024 edition, and well, I'm very grateful to be having this cup of tea here now because, unfortunately for me, I woke up with a little bit of a sore throat. Maybe it was from all the energy I exuberated in yesterday's video, and this is my body's way of telling me, calm down a little bit, we don't need to be doing all that. Or, it's that cold New Jersey air out there because it's like 35 degrees. It's getting really cold real quick here, but as for today's tea, day 4 brings to us what I believe it's going to be a Nutella Lovers Dream because it is Hazelnut Chocolate. Now, this tea is a little different than what we've had so far this week. It is a Pu'rh Tea with 2 out of 3 dots on the caffeine scale. Pu'rh Tea is usually a little bit more heavy on the caffeine, which is going to make this a great morning tea, I believe, or like a pick-me-up tea. And ingredients, we have Pu'rh Tea. Of course, I just said that. Apple, cocoa peels, artificial chocolate hazelnut flavoring, chocolate, brittle pieces, cocoa pieces, hazelnut, and stevia extract. The stevia extract, more than likely, is just to give it a little bit more of the sweetness. But it's weird that we have artificial chocolate hazelnut flavoring when the tea itself has chocolate and hazelnut in it. So maybe it's just to bring out a little bit more of the flavor, but I believe this might be something to scratch that itch, per se, if you are a Nutella lover. Smelling it offhand really actually brings out a really good hazelnut scent, which I'm kind of excited about. I'm not someone who loves Nutella, but I do find it very, very delicious. You've also got your all the chocolate in here. Randomly, again, you got apple. That's always a weird thing for me with David's tea is just why is there apple here? Because, especially for this tea, I don't know, why you would need apple in here, but, brittle pieces, your cocoa pieces, hazelnut, this sounds like a perfect winter tea to me. But is it? Let's take those sips, and let's soothe my throat finally today. Huh. Interesting. That brings out a really, really well balanced, really good flavor of the chocolate and the hazelnut. And, I don't know how you would describe brittle as a flavor, but you could tell it's in there, right? This is definitely a tea I would have in replacement to a cup of coffee, right? Whether it be first thing in the morning or throughout the day, especially because it has that caffeine in it, you're going to get perked up a little bit. The flavor in here is fantastic. You do not taste the random apples at all. But it's bold, right? It kind of tastes like a coffee to an extent with the hazelnut creamer in it. And even though you have stevia in here to kind of sweeten it a little bit, it's not overly sweet. You really just get that boldness, or yeah, I guess you could say it's the boldness of the cocoa and that nuttiness from the hazelnut, because obviously it's hazelnut chocolate. I'm hoping those would be the flavors that would stand out. But this is delicious. Do I think, based on what I said earlier, that this would scratch Nutella lovers' appetite? I guess we could say that, right? Their urge for some Nutella? Possibly. I don't think the flavor is as sugary, as distinct as Nutella is, but for a tea, to have those flavors in there, it's a perfect tea. Especially for a day like this, where it's cold. It makes you feel warm, if that makes sense, because it kind of has hints of David's Tea's hot chocolate tea, which I've said many times in the past is one of my all-time favorites. I don't even know if they included it in this year's. Doesn't look like they did. Maybe that's because they put the hazelnut chocolate in here as a replacement. Hot chocolate was always one of my favorite David's Tea teas. I'm lucky enough that I still have some. But yeah, the flavor of this tea, it hits so many spots, right? You taste like it's a dessert tea, or it tastes like it's a dessert tea. Sorry, I was looking at the tea and saying that, you taste like a dessert tea. But to be honest, I said it was the perfect tea. And I don't mean that in terms of, what people's individual tastes are. I mean that in the sense of the way that this tastes is exactly how I would expect it to taste, right? Like, there is not like any odd, like, little distinctions about it, minus the apples being the ingredient, but you don't taste them. Like, this tastes like what hazelnut chocolate should taste like, and it is fantastic for that matter. Obviously, this gets 2 thumbs up on my T scale, and I just want to enjoy more of this tonight. I might make the rest of this as another one. So, with that being said, hazelnut chocolate, great pick for day 4, especially having this a little bit at night. I've been going to sleep very early recently, so I kind of wanted to stay up a little bit today. And this, with the caffeine on here, the 2 out of 3 dots, that's a strong cup of tea right there. If you guys are following along, as always, what do you think of day 4, hazelnut chocolate? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, as always. Thank you for watching. I gotta rest this voice a little bit. Steep up, drink up, enjoy the tea. I hope you're enjoying the advent calendar so far. I will catch you tomorrow. See ya. Bye.